Nate Chambers. I'm here at the Bromont 3-day event with the Professional Riders Organization, sponsored by Volvo. And I'm here with John Holling, who's currently leading 3-star and riding downtown Harrison. John, how'd you feel about your ride?
I was really happy with him. He's just 8 years old, and for him to go in there and deal with the atmosphere and the pressure, it was certainly his best test to date. And it's really exciting. It's exactly, obviously, where you hope to be after day one, and yeah, I couldn't be any happier with him.
Excellent. Well, and John has had this horse since the horse was 2 years old, so you certainly built up a partnership with this horse, and I think that's something that sometimes gets overlooked in the sport and can really go a long way to help. Do you want to elaborate on your all's partnership?
Yeah, it's always exciting to be here on any horse, but to have one that sort of I picked out of the field as a 2-year-old, and you hope at that point that they're going to turn out to be a great horse, to have it all come together thus far and prove that he's such a special animal, really, it does make it that much more special.
From the judge at C, 5708. From the judge at E, 5708. Score 64.4.
I know this is a bit of a family affair for you. Your wife is Canadian, and your mother owns the horse, and so this has just got to be a great culmination of things coming together for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Having Jen here, she's a selector for the Canadian team, so she's here doing that job and trying to help me out a little bit. And then my mother got to make the trip up and watch her horse go, and it is kind of fun when it's all in the family, if you will.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great having such support so close to home. You've got Michael Pollard in second, only a couple points behind you. You're in a 46, I believe, and so excellent score, but Michael's nipping at your heels. How are you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel great. Like I said, I'm right where I'd like to be on day one, and there's a lot to do still. Big cross-country course. I think it's quite big and technical. It'll be the biggest track that he's been around. He's definitely prepared for it, but
I mean, he has a pretty solid record.
He has a very good record, and he should be great if I can go out there and do my job. But certainly having Michael on my heels will keep me going, because I know Michael's ready to go clean and fast. He's a very competitive cross-country rider, and I would expect that I'm going to need to really do all my work tomorrow to stay where I'm at.
Well, speaking of competitive riders, I've watched you at events, and you have a focus and concentration unlike most people. I mean, your wife will be talking to you, and you are dead quiet and focused on what's right in front of you. But it doesn't look like nerves. You look like you are in the game and where you're at. I mean, how did you kind of get to that point? And what is kind of your routine?
Everybody has their own thing that they do. I definitely like to just go right before I get on for my test, and I sort of visualize things. I listen and sort of hide behind my iPod, and then once I get on, I compartmentalize it. I get completely focused on my job, and really, for me, I tend to get a little bit scattered sometimes in my personality and get a little overwhelmed. So I try to make sure right before I go in the ring, sort of that last 30 minutes, that I'm just really focusing on that one job.
Well, thanks a lot, John. We appreciate it. I'm Nate Chambers for the Professional Riders Organization here at the Bromont 3-day event, which is part of the Pro Tour Series. And one thing to keep in mind for our fellow competitors and for you all to watch at home is that John forgot to wear his SSG gloves in the dressage yesterday. And so, unfortunately, the prize money carries over into the cross-country phase. So there's now $2,000 to be won in the cross-country phase for someone wearing SSG gloves. Thank you, and stay tuned. Nate Chambers for the Professional Riders Organization. We're here at the Bromont 3-day event. I'm joined by Michael Pollard, who is in second in the CCI 3-star with his horse Hanny, his Pan Am mount, and the horse competed in the 2-star here last year. It looked like a beautiful, beautiful ride, Michael.
Yeah.
Were you pleased?
Yeah, very pleased. I mean, she's continued to improve. There's a couple of movements I would like to take back from the test. But it's always a little bit of a work in progress. She's a 9-year-old, and has, if you look at her test from last year here, a lot of the work is substantially better. So I think she'll continue to improve as she gets used to this level, but I'm really happy with yesterday.
Well, excellent. You can't be unhappy with steady and good improvement.
Yeah, exactly.
This horse is 9 years old, and who owns this horse?
Natalie. We actually bought her for Natalie, and when the Pan Am Games came around last year, Nat let me take her there to try to get on the team, and sometimes best laid plans go awry, but it actually worked out last year. So because things went really well and the horse was going well, Nat said to keep on with her this year, we'll see where we end up. So.
Well, excellent. Well, if it isn't broken, don't try to fix it.
That's right.
Well, excellent. So, we've got a pretty great course laid out here this weekend. Is this the horse's first 3-star?
Yeah, it's the first 3-star. I've been around the course a couple times already. I mean, it looks like a pretty serious track, but we've done a lot of fitness work to get her prepared for this. She's gone really well in all the lead-up competitions. Obviously, her build-up was a little bit compromised in the last week or two, but she feels fantastic in her body. Looked really good yesterday body-wise. So I think she's great.
Well, I think it is quite remarkable in the true test of a fighter, not just for you, but for this horse as well. You go through that horrible trailer accident which the horse was in, and have come out fighting.
Yeah.
It's quite a testament, and it's great to see. I know you have lost a lot, but I know knowing you coming back fighting, you're already in the process of rebuilding. You told me earlier that you're putting together some syndicates for some new horses, and that you have some in mind. And that you'll be launching information about this Friday. So all of you, keep a lookout on Monday for Michael's release of information on getting involved with these new horses.
Yeah, well, obviously, the focus this week is on Honey. I mean, she deserves to have all of the focus on her this week. But we are planning to think about next week a little bit on the rebuilding process. We have looked at we do have some horses in mind that I'll be taking a look at. And I don't know what else to do. I feel like the only way that I'm going to get it off my mind is to start thinking about the future. And no matter what we do, we can't bring those horses back, and I miss them terribly. But the only thing I know to do is to keep moving forward. So that's what we're going to do.
Well, and all those horses gave you such great experiences, and looking forward, I mean, you're a hard worker, one of the hardest many of us have ever met, and you're quite a good businessman, and so. I don't see anything but a bright future for you, and I hope all of you get involved. It's a lot of fun hanging out with this guy.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, we wish you the best of luck on the cross country and leading into the show jumping. I know you're adequately prepared, and the horse has a great record, and so we'll be excited to see what happens.
Well, thanks. I'm going to do my best to give her a good ride, and I'm sure that she'll perform.
So here at the Bromont 3-star, I'm Nate Chambers for the Professional Riders Organization, and this is one of the legs of the Pro Tour Series. And so stay tuned and keep up with the results on the Pro Leaderboard, and we will touch base with you soon.